Most gardeners believe winter means shutting everything down, packing away tools, pulling out the last plants, and waiting months before they can enjoy real homegrown food again. But what if I told you that 5 incredible crops can survive brutal cold, some all the way down to negative 31 degrees Fahrenheit, and not only survive, but actually grow sweeter, stronger, and more nutrient dense in freezing temperatures? Even if bending, lifting, or long gardening sessions are difficult, even if you think winter gardening is too much work, these crops are low maintenance, gentle on your body, and practically take care of themselves. Just imagine stepping outside on a peaceful winter morning. Frost crunching softly under your boots, the garden quiet and calm. Brushing aside a little snow and harvesting fresh, crisp vegetables right from your backyard. No grocery store trip, no expensive produce, just real food you grew yourself. Hi, garden friends. Welcome to Garden Haven for Seniors, where we focus on simple senior-friendly ways to garden year-round with less effort and more joy. If you love the idea of easy winter gardening and want practical tips tailored for seniors, please subscribe, tap the bell icon, and share in the comments. Which winter crop are you most excited to try this year? Let's get started. There's nothing quite like walking through a quiet winter garden. The crisp air on your face, the stillness all around you, and the joy of picking real food that you grew, even in the coldest months of the year. During winter, grocery store produce often travels thousands of miles before it reaches your plate. By then it has lost much of its freshness and many of its nutrients. But winter-grown vegetables? They're sweeter, richer, and often more nutrient-dense than summer crops, packed with vitamins your body especially needs during colder months. And for seniors, this means healthier meals, better immune support, and fewer trips to the store. Here's the good news. Winter gardening isn't complicated. In fact, many vegetables actually prefer the cold and grow better in winter than in summer heat. And because these winter crops require less watering, less maintenance, and very little bending, they're perfect for seniors who want to garden comfortably and safely. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact 5 crops that thrive in freezing temperatures, how to grow them with minimal effort, and the simple techniques that will keep your garden productive even when the thermometer drops. Let's explore the crops that make winter gardening not just possible, but deeply rewarding. Before we jump into the 5 amazing winter crops, let's take a moment to go over a few simple steps that make cold weather gardening much easier and much more successful. These are gentle, low-effort things you can do that make a big difference. 1. Mulch is your winter protection blanket. Think of mulch as a warm quilt for your soil. A comfortable layer of leaf mulch or wood chips helps your plants in several important ways. It insulates the roots, keeping them steady during temperature swings. It prevents the soil from freezing solid, so plants can keep growing. It protects against frost heave, which can push plants out of the ground. And it helps hold moisture, so you won't need to water as often. This single step can make winter gardening dramatically easier. 2. Mature plants are much tougher than seedlings. Just like people, young plants are a bit more sensitive. Tiny seedlings can freeze quickly, but mature plants with strong roots handle cold weather beautifully. A simple rule of thumb is this: look up your first frost date, then work backward about 6 to 8 weeks. Plant your winter crops around that time, so they have plenty of room to grow before the real cold arrives. This gives your plants the strength they need to sail through winter. 3. Containers make winter gardening gentler on your body. If bending or kneeling is uncomfortable, containers can make winter gardening much more enjoyable. They offer easier access at a comfortable height, simpler watering with less mess, and the option to move plants indoors when temperatures dip too low. If you prefer gardening close to your porch, patio, or kitchen door, containers are a wonderful choice, especially for herbs, lettuce, and small greens. By taking these small steps now, you'll set yourself up for a winter garden that's productive, low maintenance, and enjoyable to tend. Now that you're prepared, let's explore the 5 cold hardy crops that grow beautifully even in freezing temperatures. Crop number 1, kale. Kale is truly one of the toughest winter vegetables you can grow. It's a hardy biennial, which means its natural life cycle is designed to survive cold, frost, and even deep freezes. When temperatures drop, kale doesn't weaken. It actually becomes stronger and sweeter, which makes it a wonderful crop for seniors who enjoy mild, pleasant flavors. Most cold hardy varieties can survive down to about 0 degrees Fahrenheit with no protection at all. With a layer of mulch and a simple row cover if you live in very cold regions, kale can push even lower, sometimes as far as -10 degrees Fahrenheit to -20 degrees Fahrenheit. So if your winters get chilly, kale will still keep producing for you without much fuss. Some of the best cold hardy varieties include red Russian kale, which survives to around 0 degrees Fahrenheit unprotected, white Russian kale for excellent flavor and cold tolerance, and scarlet kale for beautiful color and strong winter performance. All 3 handle frost beautifully and continue growing slowly even during short winter days. Kale thrives in winter because the cold triggers a helpful transformation inside the leaves. As temperatures drop, the plant begins turning its starches into natural sugars. These sugars act like a built-in antifreeze, protecting the leaves from freezing solid. The wonderful side effect is that winter kale becomes sweeter, softer, and far less bitter than kale grown in summer. Many gardeners say it tastes like a completely different vegetable, perfect for gentle digestion and mild, comforting winter recipes. Kale is also one of the most forgiving crops you can grow, making it especially senior-friendly. Give each plant about 12 to 16 inches of space so it has room to spread, which also makes harvesting easier without bending too deeply. Kale grows beautifully in containers, including 10 to 12-inch deep pots, raised beds, and waist-height planters. Great options if kneeling or bending is uncomfortable. Container kale is simple to protect too. Just drape a lightweight row cover over it if temperatures dip suddenly. This plant has low watering needs and tolerates cool, moist weather extremely well. Harvesting is gentle and easy. Simply use scissors to snip the outer leaves while leaving the center to keep growing. You can do this standing comfortably, without straining your back or knees. Kale can grow all winter long with just mulch in milder climates, and with mulch plus a row cover in colder areas. Even a single sheet of frost cloth helps reduce wind chill and keeps the plant active through deep winter. Kale is one of the easiest, most dependable, and most rewarding crops you can grow in winter. Nutritious, sweet, and incredibly resilient when the frost settles in. Crop number 2, red vein sorrel. Red vein sorrel is one of the most cold hardy vegetables you can grow. So tough, in fact, that it can survive temperatures all the way down to -31 degrees Fahrenheit. This plant is practically invincible in winter. It's also a perennial, which means once you plant it, it comes back year after year with very little care. For seniors who prefer gardening that's simple and low maintenance, this plant is an absolute gift. One of the first things you'll notice is how beautiful it is. The leaves are a bright, healthy green with striking red veins running through them, giving your winter garden a touch of color when almost everything else has faded away. Red vein sorrel also thrives in low light and short winter days, so it keeps growing even when sunlight is limited. Cold weather doesn't slow it down. In many cases, it seems to enjoy it. This plant asks for very little: a bit of space, a bit of moisture, and it will reward you with fresh leaves through the cold months and an explosion of new growth in spring. Its flavor is mild and pleasantly lemony, making it perfect for winter salads, soups, and dishes that need a gentle, refreshing lift. Red vein sorrel is one of those dependable, easygoing crops that fits beautifully into a winter garden, especially for seniors who want something attractive, delicious, and incredibly resilient without the need for constant maintenance. Crop number 3, Tatsoy. Tatsoy is one of the most delightful winter greens you can grow. It forms a soft, rounded rosette of spoon-shaped leaves that sit close to the ground, like a living bouquet. Even in harsh winter weather, Tatsoy keeps its gentle charm. It survives temperatures down to about 10 degrees Fahrenheit completely unprotected, and it continues growing even when snow settles over it. Cold weather hardly slows it down. Part of what makes Tatsoy so winter strong is the structure of its leaves. They're thick but flexible, allowing the plant to handle freezing temperatures without damage. In cold weather, Tatsoy naturally slows its growth and conserves energy, which keeps the leaves tender and healthy all season long. Its flavor is one of the sweetest benefits. Tatsoy has a mild, slightly sweet taste that remains soft and pleasant even in deep winter, making it perfect for seniors who enjoy gentle, easy-to-digest greens for salads, soups, or warm stir-fries. For seniors who prefer gardening that doesn't require much bending or fussing, Tatsoy is wonderfully forgiving. Space plants about 6 to 8 inches apart for small rosettes, or 10 to 12 inches apart if you'd like them to grow large and full. Tatsoy also grows beautifully in containers. Any pot 6 to 8 inches deep works well, and it thrives in raised beds or waist-height planters, which make tending and harvesting much easier on the back and knees. Once established, Tatsoy needs very little from you. A light layer of mulch will help protect the root zone and keep the soil from freezing too hard. In areas with sudden cold snaps, you can drape a simple frost cloth or lightweight row cover over the leaves. This isn't required, but it helps extend your harvest even longer. Harvesting Tatsoy is simple and gentle. You can snip off the outer leaves as you need them, or if you prefer, cut the whole rosette at the base using scissors. Both methods are easy to do while standing comfortably with very little strain. For beauty, dependability, cold tolerance, and ease of care, Tatsoy is truly one of the best winter crops you can grow, especially if you want something low maintenance that provides fresh, nutritious greens throughout the coldest months. Crop number 4, spinach. Spinach is one of the most reliable winter greens you can grow, and it becomes incredibly sweet and tender when the weather turns cold. This plant naturally prefers cool temperatures, and winter brings out the very best in it. Many gardeners are surprised to discover that spinach not only survives frost, it actually thrives in it. Most winter spinach varieties can handle temperatures down to about 15 degrees Fahrenheit on their own, and with a little mulch or a simple row cover, they can survive even lower. When snow falls, spinach doesn't die back. It simply rests under the blanket of snow, preserved like nature's refrigerator, and then wakes up again when the sun returns. Choosing the right variety makes all the difference. Two of the best winter performers are Winter Bloomsdale, known for its rich flavor and crinkled leaves, and Giant Winter Spinach, which was bred specifically for cold tolerance and low light. These varieties stay sturdy through winter and burst back into growth in early spring. Spinach thrives in cold weather because it, like kale, produces natural sugars that protect its leaves from freezing. These sugars make winter spinach noticeably sweeter than anything you'll find in a grocery store. The leaves stay tender, gentle on digestion, and perfect for seniors who prefer mild, tasty greens. Growing spinach is refreshingly simple. Space plants about 4 to 6 inches apart for leafy harvests, or 8 inches apart if you want larger bunches. Spinach also grows wonderfully in containers. Look for pots that are 6 to 8 inches deep, which are easy to place on porches, patios, or raised planters at a comfortable height. This is especially helpful for seniors who want to avoid kneeling or bending. Spinach has very modest watering needs and appreciates cool, moist soil. A layer of mulch keeps the soil from freezing too hard and helps the plant stay productive longer. In colder regions, covering your spinach with a lightweight row cover or frost cloth gives it an extra layer of comfort, reduces wind chill, and extends your harvest well into the coldest days. Harvesting spinach is gentle and easy. You can snip individual outer leaves as you need them, or harvest a whole cluster by cutting near the base. Both methods are simple to do while standing, and the plant will continue producing new leaves throughout the season. Spinach is one of the most rewarding winter crops you can grow. Sweet, nutritious, reliable, and incredibly forgiving. It's a wonderful choice for seniors who want fresh greens all winter long with very little effort. Crop number 5, mustard greens. Mustard greens bring vibrant color and bold flavor to the winter garden, and they are far tougher than their delicate leaves suggest. Many varieties can withstand temperatures down to about 15 degrees Fahrenheit, making them excellent performers throughout fall and well into winter. When frost touches their leaves, mustard greens respond by becoming sweeter and more balanced, creating a mild peppery flavor that's perfect for seniors who enjoy greens with a little personality but not too much bite. Part of mustard greens' winter strength comes from their hardy leaf structure and natural cold tolerance. These plants evolved to grow well in cool, short-day conditions, which is why they keep producing when many other vegetables fade away. Frost softens some of their sharper notes and enhances their natural sweetness, making winter harvested mustard greens far more enjoyable than those grown in summer heat. There are many wonderful varieties to choose from, each with its own color and texture. Japanese giant red mustard produces large, eye-catching leaves with deep purple tones and a gentle spicy flavor. Wasabi mustard is another senior favorite. It has a fun, unique flavor reminiscent of wasabi, but much milder and easier to enjoy. These varieties not only taste great, but also add beauty and contrast to your winter beds or containers. Mustard greens are very senior friendly because they grow quickly, require little care, and don't need large amounts of space. For best results, plant them about 6 to 8 inches apart. They grow beautifully in containers as well. Choose a pot about 6 to 8 inches deep, which fits comfortably on patios, balconies, or raised planters. This makes tending and harvesting easier without bending or kneeling. These greens don't demand much water, and they thrive in cool, moist soil. A light layer of mulch helps protect the roots and keeps the plants steadily productive. In regions with colder winters, placing a lightweight frost cloth or row cover over your mustard greens provides extra comfort and can extend your harvest deeper into the season. While not required, this simple step helps shield the leaves from cold winds and boosts resilience. Harvesting mustard greens is simple and gentle. You can snip the outer leaves individually as they grow, or harvest larger clusters with scissors. Both methods are easy to do while standing, making them ideal for seniors who want a stress-free gardening experience. The plant will continue producing fresh new leaves for weeks or even months. Mustard greens are colorful, flavorful, and remarkably cold hardy. An excellent choice for seniors who want a winter crop that's easy to grow, beautiful to look at, and delightful to eat. The 3 keys to winter gardening success. There are just a few simple principles that make winter gardening easier, more enjoyable, and far more productive, even in very cold climates. First, choose the right varieties. Not every vegetable enjoys winter, but the cold-hardy types are naturally built for frosty nights and short days. Picking the right variety means your plants stay strong, sweet, and steady all season long. Second, use simple season extension tools. A little mulch, a lightweight row cover, or even a container moved closer to the house can make a big difference. These gentle tools protect your plants, soften the cold, and help them keep growing with very little effort from you. Third, plant early enough. Winter crops need time to grow before the real cold arrives. Working backward from your first frost date and planting several weeks ahead gives your plants the maturity they need to sail through winter with confidence. With these 3 easy steps in place, your winter garden becomes calm, dependable, and incredibly rewarding, no matter how chilly the season gets. Winter gardening brings a peaceful kind of joy. There's something special about stepping outside on a cool morning, brushing off a little frost, and picking fresh, healthy food that you grew yourself. Even in the quiet months of the year, your garden still has life to offer, and so do you. Today, you've learned the 5 strongest winter crops and the simple steps that help them thrive in cold weather. These are gentle, low-maintenance plants that fit beautifully into a senior-friendly garden with no heavy lifting and very little bending needed. If this video gave you confidence to try winter gardening, I'd love for you to join our community here at Garden Haven for Seniors. It's a warm, welcoming place where we grow together season after season. If you found this helpful, please like the video, subscribe, and share in the comments. Which winter crop will you plant first? Your stories and ideas help encourage other gardeners as well. And when you're finished here, feel free to explore the other videos on my channel. They're filled with simple, senior-friendly tips to help you garden comfortably all year long. You might find your next favorite crop or an easy technique that makes gardening even more enjoyable. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Stay warm, stay growing, and remember, every season has something beautiful to offer. See you in the next video.